Okay, let's start like this. How should I start? Like this? Like this? Welcome back, everyone. Today I want to share with you how my Hoyas are doing. And this is just the Matilde Hoya. I think I said that right. It's one of my favorites, so I'm going to start off with that one. It started off with one vine, and it's 6 months later turned into a full plant. I still have it growing in the cup that I started it in. Lots of roots are forming, but I think I'm going to keep that in here for some time because it's growing nicely and they like to be root bound. So that's that. Now, it's been a while since I've updated my YouTube channel. This has been a while since my last video. I still getting in the habit of filming things, documenting things as they're happening. The last video that I had, I found some aphids on my moonflower, and then I also found some thrips on my monastera dilosa. So let me share with you a video from October 23rd when I found the thrips. And I found thrips in my monastera dilosa. I'm just going to cut off the leaves that are this bad. This is like, if I unroll this leaf, there's the bugs all over it. The plants that have pest issues are currently in the bathroom. I find it easier to treat them in the bathtub, so I've made some solution that is basically garlic water. Chopped up some garlic and put it into my watering can, a 1 gallon watering can, a whole clove, and I minced it and put it in there, and I waited 24 hours, and then I sprayed all my plants. It does seem to help with pests. It's killing them off the plants. But every time I check a new plant that was near those plants, I keep finding thrips. Those are the worst bugs that I've ever had to deal with. Moving on to the Hoyas. So yeah, I'm not going to be showing you those plants today. Maybe I'll just do a quick clip of them to show you the state that they're in. They're not very happy. Moving on to my Hoyas. This was a trimming that I got. I'm going to try to put the names of this on the screen because I really can't remember them off the top of my head at the moment. Thinking about thrips. I do know this one is called the Sunrise Hoya, and it started with 2 leaves. Just 2 leaves, and now it's a plant on its own. I planted this one out of its cup straight into a terracotta pot. It's the size of my hand, 2-inch pot, I would call it. It's doing very well. My Crimson Cream, I'll show you the setup I have after I showed you my plants. My Crimson Queen Hoya is very happy. I still have it in its cup. I actually have another cup that it's dirty, but I sit it in there and I put some googly eyes. Basically, it adds humidity. I find it helps, and since I've done this, I noticed that the plant is growing faster. My Yeti. I love this plant, and I do love the potting for it as well. I still have it in the cup. The roots are growing nicely, so I'm going to keep it in here because Hoyas do love to be root bound. They grow faster. Now I've already actually taken some trimmings from the Hoya plants that I have, and I put it in a little cheese dome. This helps with humidity, and it helps root them faster. The only thing is you have to actually open the dome once in a while. I'm doing it every other day because if you don't, then it will get moldy and then cause you problems, and you don't want that. So just let them breathe from time to time for a couple hours a day, and you should be fine. I water this very little. You could see that there's some condensation on the dome itself. So after you open that for a little bit, it does go away. And you can actually see how plump the leaves are. When you see a Hoya leaf that's starting to get skinny and wrinkly, that's a sign of underwatering, and it needs humidity. I actually had a good example that I forgot to put on video. This little Hoya here was suffering from an underwatering. Such cute little baby leaves. Now, since I've put it into this little pasta jar, you can see there's new growth right there with some 2 baby leaves. I'm not sure if you could pick it up in the camera. I'm going to try to focus it on it right there. No. Okay, so these leaves were very wrinkly, like that one. I don't want to disturb it very much, but I'm not sure if you can pick that up in the camera. Focus. It actually reacted very quickly to me putting it into the pasta jar. So this pasta jar does have a lid. This is a pubic splash. I'm loving the variegation on the leaves. Here is a plant that I'm not sure if it's a Hoya. It kind of grows like one, but then doing some research, I think it's a succulent. It does have leaves like a succulent, but it's growing like a Hoya, like a vine. And the lady that I was babysitting her plants last year gave me permission to do trimmings off her plants. So this started with like a couple leaves, and now it's growing nicely. Do have it amongst my Hoyas. It seems to like it. The humidity and the same watering schedule that I have. I do let them dry out completely, but I don't let the leaves shrivel. I feel like it stresses out the plant. When you stress out the plant, it has to get all this energy to heal itself, when I would prefer to have energy to grow. So that's that, my opinion on that. Crimson Queen, my Woyeti. My setup is very simple. I'm trying to use all the natural light that I have available to me in my home. This is an east-facing sliding door that we don't use. And my Hoyas are on a tray with water. Most of the plants that are too big for the tray are on their own now. I showed my armpits a lot. Here is my Monastera dilosa. I cut most of her leaves off that were infected because it made it easier. She's growing. Oh my goodness. Look at that. She's growing. She's going to come back to health. I don't see any thrips on her, but I will check her after this video. I did get a Fiddleleaf fig. She is a diva, so I have one mirror for her there and one mirror for her there, so she can just look at herself and always feel pretty. Here's a new plant as well. Ooh, why can't I think of it right now? It's a... Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I forgot one Hoya. I look at this Hoya every single day. This is a Hoya that is climbing for me. It is ever so pretty. I can't focus there. I put a stick in it so that it can climb up. So I was looking for somewhere to climb. Look at these leaves. Oh shit. Isn't that pretty? You know, some people might think this is an ugly Hoya. I love it. Has that army look, like a tough look to them. Like an army camouflage. I was editing the videos. I realized that I forgot a Hoya that's not on this shelf. It is in an that's east facing. It's in a west facing window. It is a carnosa. I believe it's a carnosa. It's one of the common Hoyas. Sorry, the lighting isn't the best in this location. But yeah, it sits in front of this window. I do plan on growing my collection in the future, so stay tuned for that. I have 9, but while I was editing the video, I realized that I actually have 10. I have 10. There is a trimming here that has done nothing for me. It's this leaf right here. There's 2 leaves. Very hopeful that it will become a plant. Thank you for watching. I will be more prepared in the future. Hopefully you got some useful tips from this video. The garlic water is doing wonders for my plants that have been infected by the thrips. Those were the hardest bugs that I'm having to get rid of. Peace out. Thank you. This is Pollinator signing off. Have a great day. It's snowing outside in Kearney. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. Peace out.